Hi guys! Jake and Marissa back in more live reactions to Power Rangers Super Ninja Steel. All right, and I'm going to share this now at the with the Twitters and the Facebooks if my Chrome to agree with me, because unfortunately, like, Chrome literally crashed
just when we were starting.
Like, I went to hit like go and Chrome crashed. So that. All right, but yeah, I'm trying to see if I can maybe.
The tweet is tweeted.
The tweet is tweeted. We'll see if the Facebook is Facebooked. Facebook is.
We had to pause the TV.
Yep, we paused the TV as we always do. So there we go.
We're gonna be like a minute or two behind.
Wait, where did you go? Facebook. This is fun. We have fun here. You have the chat open on your end?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Lag is a thing. Lag is a thing on our end too. Yeah. So welcome everyone who is in the chat. We're doing this again.
Hi.
Once again, for just general reference, I didn't get any real comments on the last video, but I would like to know if you guys have been preferring the standard live reaction videos as far as the posted video goes, or the live reaction live stream videos as far as what you would rather see posted on the channel. If we can figure that out. Basically,
that's going to require some cables we don't own yet.
Possibly. I don't know. We'll see. Okay. Facebook might actually share the link now. There we go. Yeah, it's a lot of lag right now for some reason.
Please pardon my wig head. I've just been K for an hour and a half.
Yes, we just we're running around a little bit because we just we were just doing filming. And we were trying to get in like the last shot that we were working on. And then it was like, okay, 6:45, we gotta change and move the camera and the light.
What is my malfunction?
I don't know.
The only time we watched it live was the primetime one.
Was for the primetime one, yeah. All right, but yes.
Hashtag undercaffeinated.
Welcome to some of our people who I see in the chat. The A Game.
Hey, Darren.
Cool Caleb, Jasmine Hendricks, Darren O.
Darren O in the game is
yep.
The only ones that just were even talking to us. Everybody else is
no, they were just saying hi, and we just started up. All right. So now we seem to actually have things. Still getting the hang of some of this. And just my laptop just decided. Chrome has been crashing a lot on me lately. I don't know why.
Have you considered Firefox?
I might switch to Firefox. Turbo face. Yeah, that's okay. That is an interesting meshing of Masked Rider and Power Rangers Turbo. Anyway, so as far as new things going on in the world of Power Rangers, I don't think we got too much by way of new news. I think there's been some preview pages released for the Soul of the Dragon graphic novel. Various spoiler summaries released for various upcoming episodes, which obviously we won't be discussing here because they're spoilers.
No spoilers.
But on our end, we've just been trying to get some work done on Power Reviews 86. 85 is currently on its 16th version, and I'm currently awaiting to see if that one gets blocked as well. Yeah, knock on wood. Hopefully that'll be okay.
It's been unblocked for how long now?
I've had it uploaded for just over a day, about a day and a half, without it getting blocked. So if it's still not blocked tomorrow, that's a very good sign, because that would have been yeah. So we might be re-releasing 85 tomorrow. I will post
too many motivations,
a bunch of things if it's happening. So hopefully 16th one's the charm. If that's still a problem,
tilted again.
What? How did it tilt again?
I don't know. All I know is it was like changed. A zillion miles from the top of your head, which makes me look even.
Oh, that's because I was leaning in before. It has an. You just keep leaning back, and I keep leaning in, so it looks like. Anyway,
I don't like the way I look from a down angle.
I'm sorry.
Makes my chin look fat.
Yeah. Yeah, it's 16 different versions of 85.
Yeah, because
there's
we have to keep editing
so many different claims.
Like, oh no, that clip was a second too long. Copyright claim.
Yeah. So if I'm still getting claims after tomorrow, I'm honestly gonna give some people a phone call and see if I can get information that way.
Yeah, because they're not responding to his email.
Yeah, I haven't gotten word yet. So fingers crossed. Hopefully we shall see. But yeah, I'm hoping that this next one will be the good one. I even edited a few clips that they hadn't even mentioned in hopes that this one will work. But that's enough. Hey, welcome, Feed Zero. Don't know how it's pronounced.
Yeah, see, I can't see them as they come on. I can't see them till they talk.
First time watching? Well, I don't see them till they talk either. He just happened to talk.
Well, you can see how many.
I can see how many people are here, yes. So we've got about 7 people in now, and I get the impression more will be filtering in. So please share the link.
Hey, this is Feed Zero's first time watching live.
Yeah, that's why
I just said it.
Yes, I did.
I am.
So yes, please share the link. Spread the word around. Get a bunch of people in the room. So
this is what happens when we can't.
Obviously not relevant if you're watching this later, but I think now is a good time to kick things off with the episode. We are up to episode 13 of Power Rangers Super Ninja Steel. Prepare to fail. Earth's greatest ninja. I keep talking about how he sacrificed himself and ignore the fact that he came back to life. It's so funny. Yeah, and no mention of the other 2 Red Rangers in that episode. I'm always amused how that just gets left out.
Big-lipped alligator moment.
They're Power Rangers Super Ninja Steel. And then went to the episode proper.
Because we're never going to mention that again.
Yeah. General Tynamon. Hey. Who? And Brax. Okay.
Why did she sound Russian? Did she?
She's always sound Russian. She has always sounded.
But she should sound more Japanese with that mask.
Okay, so.
Ooh.
This is interesting. Secret.
Jinx.
Huh?
You owe me a soda.
I already got you a soda. I got you 2.
It's true.
Wonder why Brax is Brax and Tynamon are apparently a big deal. There you go. It does. Sarah got. Hey. Yeah. Why are you so surprised? You should not be surprised. Well,
part 2 of the test is tomorrow, and I highly recommend that everyone comes.
Oh, she's gonna get overconfident.
Study.
Don't do that. This is your demonstration that studying is a good thing, not that you don't need to study.
See, I read this article earlier today, actually, that it was about vision boards.
Yeah.
People make like the vision board so that F's.
Okay, how can somebody who can create?
Okay, you know what I'm gonna guess? Exactly.
Why did Monty fail?
For the same reason that you failed the other kid who gave his answers to someone else.
Oh,
they have the same answers.
Oh, is that why? That's why she failed them? Really, Beans again? Really?
I mean, I can only assume that's why they failed them, because he just turned to the other one and said, "It's your fault. I copied all your answers."
Go, Rangers, Ninja Steel. Evil with our might, together, Ninja Steel.
Never
Give up without a fight. Together, Ninja Steel. Power Rangers, fear no danger. Go, go, Power Rangers. Go, go, Power Rangers. Go. Setting out for what is right. Together, Ninja Spin.
I got it right this time.
It's out all day and night. Together, Ninja Steel. Just fear no danger. Go, go, Power Rangers. Go, go, Power Rangers. Go, Ninja Steel. Go, go, Power Rangers, Ninja Steel. Go, go, Power Rangers. Go, go, Power Rangers. Go, Ninja Steel.
Okay, so it was about...
So, do we know that they failed because they cheated, or did they fail despite cheating?
Not clear.
Okay.
But she did...
Okay,
say that...
Sarah, stop being... Get off your phone, Sarah. Hey, a Levi fan.
Another one?
These things apparently still exist.
And
past,
they've
one
all
episode to
just
the
started cropping up all of a sudden. Oh boy.
Wow.
So anyhow, vision boards. You're supposed to like take
What?
all the things you want and
Okay.
put them on the board and like visualize how you're already going to get them. And they like discourage you from planning for contingencies because that's negative energy.
Mhm.
That's exactly the same kind of thing that
Hey.
Sarah is about to be doing because she's like, I've already got it passed, so I'm not going to
Wait, what
study.
is she doing? She's saying something.
Wants to go to see a movie.
Okay.
The first part was so easy. I don't think I even need to study for the second part.
Okay,
And
Sarah,
without it.
that's not how math works.
Especially since the teacher just said the second part was harder.
I don't know. Did she say it was harder?
Yes, she did.
Okay.
And so she looked directly at Sarah, who was
Okay.
just going, that was such a cinch. She's like, well, the second part is going to be harder, so I
Yeah.
strongly
Not,
suggest
not
you
to
study.
mention, part 2 is probably going to be on different material.
It looks like one of my grandma's lawn ornaments.
Really?
Introducing the one and only.
He does kind of look like a Birdman.
A little bit.
For total annihilation.
Okay.
Prepare for trouble. Make it double. Okay, man.
You are not nearly as good as you. Really?
That was too easy.
Are you?
Okay, something here is going to parallel the other thing.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
No, something here is going to parallel the other thing, okay?
Maybe.
Like they're going to lull them into a false sense of security.
Maybe.
And then
that would
hit
be a
them with
good
something
parallel.
harder. That
I
is-
can't.
That would be a good Aesop.
I'm curious to see if that's how it goes. I don't know. I'm going to be amused if it. I'm going to be. It'll be nice if it does. that was really disorientingly easy.
He's late to the party.
Yeah.
Well, as a matter of fact, you didn't miss anything.
That was the easiest fight ever.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense. Well, maybe they've just run out of good fighters.
What a
That-
great day, huh?
That is fair.
Easiest fight.
Easiest test.
and I love the look on Mick's face. He's like, mentor alert. My morality sense is tingling.
Not even morality.
Please.
This is not a morality
Please
thing.
stop
this
it.
Is a...
Anyone?
Sarah, stop it.
She's not being immoral by not studying.
No, she's just being really misguided. And why are you being such a not
Yeah.
good person this season, Sarah? Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry about the mess, Mick. I am working on an extra powerful version of the Ninja Starblade. I call
Interesting.
it my Super Starblade.
Super Starblade.
Thank you.
Cool.
Superstar.
You're not busy studying. Maybe we could finish it together.
Overconfident.
Yes, but there's no rush. If that Brax monster is...
Oh, come on, really?
Overconfident.
I'm going to the movies. I'm going to Zoom if I want to get to the theater on time.
Sarah,
Wow!
you are really not a good person. Like last season, she was
just got
okay.
heavily flanderized this season into being even more of an overconfident twerp than before.
It's really weird. Whoa. Okay.
Hello, Gokai Orange is here.
Oh, hey, Gokai. Okay.
You fooled them.
Okay, so that was your plan.
Da, 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 da,
Okay.
da.
All right, you played that up pretty well.
Soda burp. I'm sorry, is that...
I think that was Jerry O'Connell, yeah.
Yeah, that's Jerry O'Connell.
He's all over the place in different things. But yeah, Sarah, like, she keeps having these. It feels like every Sarah Focus episode is designed to make her look awful.
Sarah's a jerk. Sarah's a jerk, a jerk, a jerk.
It's a shame because I like, you know, she made a pretty good first impression at the very beginning of the series, and now it's like every Focus episode is designed to just make her look bad. That is weird because it's like last time she was cheating at her race, even though they were not calling it cheating because it was not technically against specific rules, but let's face it, she was using alien technology. Before that,
she was breaking the rules in spirit, if not in...
Yeah. She was taking an unfair advantage and being super sketchy about it. Before that, she and Haley were working together to break up her mom and Haley's dad, which was, again, not being cool.
Very selfish.
The episode she had at the end of last season, she was being mean to her mom, but at least it was somewhat understandable.
Yeah, because her mom was a little bit invasive.
Yeah, but like that was the last time that she was like doing anything excusably bad. Like there's really been no excuse for her behavior for now 3 Focus episodes in a row. Sarah's really got to straighten up and fly her head because
I still haven't finished Regular Moon yet, man. Never mind Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. Oh, they're really pushing the new 2DS XLs.
It feels like they just keep going back and forth between. It's like an iPhone. They just like keep making little changes to it, but it's still mostly the same thing.
Well, actually, the 2DX XL is actually way different from the first 2DS because the first 2DS was that like plank that you couldn't fold.
Yeah.
So the 2DS XL actually at least gave it a foldable case.
Yeah,
which is a massive improvement.
It started foldable, and then it got bigger, and then it got smaller and non-foldable, and now it's back to being foldable again, right? No. Between all the different 2DSs?
No. The first 2DS was flat.
Really?
The 2DS was never foldable.
Or wait, maybe it was the first 3DS.
Yeah, the first 3DS was foldable.
Yeah, so 3DS, 2DS.
3DS has always been foldable, but then when 2DS came out, it wasn't.
Yeah, and now they're the same line of things. I might as well just call them Game Boys.
The first DS was foldable.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Called a 2DS,
I did forget. There is one thing. There was a bit of news last that I saw earlier in the week.
Are we getting a Power Rangers DS game?
No, that I was going to mention. Somebody just mentioned in the chat. I'll point it out now, which was that Sarah's actress is actually 5 months pregnant.
Adorable.
She's oh my God, Sarah, stop. Why? Why do you think that? What do you mean wrong test? Come on. Congratulations to Christiani. I'm sorry that we're complaining about your character so much this week.
I like those desks.
They're weird desks. Why are you talking to each other? Oh no, stop. Why are you doing that?
Just trying to get the test canceled by farting.
Stop it. Stop it, please. Please stop. Please stop. Please stop. I can't believe that this has become a recurring plot point.
Yes, it is ridiculous, Zachary. It really is.
What? What? Where did you get all of those? I mean, kudos to you. But what is the budget at this school?
There aren't enough.
Yeah. Wow. Okay, Mrs. Finch is just owning it this episode. She is being amazing. I also find it ridiculous that Monty can invent cyborg arms, but apparently can't pass a math test.
I'm still gonna go with because he let the other guy copy that.
Maybe. Really? Really? You just exploded that door? How did you...
They Wile E. Coyote their way through that door.
That wasn't even a Wile E. Coyote.
That was a Kool-Aid Man.
They Kool-Aid Man that door. Sarah is so shaken.
She flunked.
Sarah is shook. That is messed up.
It was not fair for Mrs. Finch to make today's test so much harder than yesterday.
She told you that it would be. She's right behind you. Mrs. Finch is being great.
Just like the challenges that we face in life. Today's test was tough. So I suggest that next time,
study!
I'm prepared.
Wait. Okay, I gotta say, Miss Finch is a boss on so much going on right now. Because not only was she super prepared, that woman can grade. She had that thing graded before they left. How do you do that? I'm sorry, I've wasted too many hours of my life grading. This is absurd. Brax, you are absurd.
It doesn't really bother you too, Japan. Just anime right away. Just banging his head.
Really?
That was that guy you were watching the other day, wasn't it?
Yeah, because I know a lot of people have been have mentioned Japanime in the past, so I decided to check out a little bit of stuff the other day.
It was, yeah, he had the figures on the shelf.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was pretty good.
Okay, so now he's going to actually fight them. Whoa.
He was always that powerful.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised how good the monsters are at acting this season, honestly. Because we had like Spyclops earlier in the season who managed to actually realistically play as a human girl.
Fair enough.
And now he's actually playing. He played really well as a weakling.
Who's laughing now?
Yeah. Oh, whoosh! They get whooshed away. Huh?
Whoosh, indeed.
Okay, so
Dustin's joining us from a hotel.
Oh, cool.
Cool. Thanks for going through the trouble of being here. Hotel Wi-Fi is a pain.
Yeah.
How is that possible?
Because he was faking being weak.
Maybe Brax didn't get stronger at all.
Maybe he was
Maybe
just.
he was just pretending to be weak.
It worked. We
Okay.
all blacked out thinking it would be easy.
Okay, but now it shouldn't. Now
Yes,
it should all
just like
balance
your
out.
mouth test.
Exactly what Mrs. Finch said.
Yeah.
So tests are tougher than others.
Yeah.
Just like the challenges we face in life.
Okay.
Wait, does Mrs. Finch have a way to beat Brax?
Honestly, I believe it. She is on point.
We can beat Brax.
Here we go.
You're ready to complete your super star light.
Exactly.
Okay. Probably should have done it the previous night, but
What should we do?
yeah.
We need to figure out a way to wear Brax down.
When we see Brax again, we'll have a plan.
At least,
Come prepared.
at least Sarah actually like learned things
Yeah.
pretty quickly in this one.
Good. Thank
Well, you could just draw them out again like you always do. What? Since when is that how things ever work? You don't wait for the Rangers to show up. You just attack things. That's usually how that goes. Huh. It's linked to the line Firestar?
That's so much cooler than I imagined.
What's
Nice.
so special about it? Well, it's stronger and
Just
What does it do? What does it do?
aligns my energy so I can do this.
So now she can...
So you made a more powerful sword that works with the line fire armor star too.
Okay,
Drax is in for a real surprise.
you made it glowy. Congratulations. I was expecting her to armor up, but glowy is cool.
Yeah, it really did. It managed to out-Goofy the Ninja. Yes, it did.
Well, you haven't seen the ninja at all.
Okay, it managed to out-Goofy, whatchamacallit.
One thing that I
I was
know...
thinking of Ninja Steel.
And
they have a guinea pig for Sensei.
you're thinking Ninja Storm. This is Ninja Steel.
Ninja Storm!
One thing that's a little weird about this, because I know enough about Ninja to have a little bit of added context. So you see how Badana is fangirling all over Brax?
Yes.
Okay. Weird thing about that I know context-wise, because I know little bits about Ninja. Do you know what the interaction between those two was in the Ninja?
Siblings?
Nope.
Parent and child.
Badana was his mom.
Translation's quick.
That's a little weird.
Like when Sailor Moon made Michiru and her... Sailor Neptune and Sailor Uranus into sisters.
Thought they were cousins.
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 Yes, but they're not cousins.
I know.
They're lovers.
I know.
So they had to stop translating the show after a while because it became entirely too noticeable.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, now we're heading into incest territory.
It's
Oh, nice.
very silly.
Caleb's working on an original Kamen Rider adaptation for Kuga.
Cool.
Power Rider Origin.
I assume fan fiction.
You can say.
And, Sarah, I get a little frustrated sometimes when like they treat intelligence kind of weirdly on Power Rangers. Like you generally have a pretty good idea on your understanding of a topic going into a test. Like it's very much exaggerated, the idea that, oh, I totally understand the first test and not at all the second test. Like, you should have some idea of what you've been going over in class the last 2 weeks, or however long. Especially if you're somebody...
But the tests are back-to-back, which is a little weird.
Yeah, well, they were part 1 and part 2. So I assume they were on the same unit.
No, he's doing a video.
Oh, video
Video
homework for theater class. Oh, that sounds cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, that sounds really cool.
You should put it on YouTube when you're done.
Yeah. Yeah, doing a Kamen Rider adaptation as a video project, that sounds super awesome. Hello, Odysseus Stallings. And hello, Zachary Shiloh. We didn't say hello to you guys when you came in. I know you said hello to Dustin and Gokai Orange. So we're trying to do little call outs to people who are here with us in the chat. And
yeah, well, Zachary's been here for quite some time.
Oh, I think I just forgot to say hi earlier. I don't know.
He came on at the same time as Gokai Orange.
Well, I didn't say you said hi. You said hi when they came on. I didn't say hi when they came on.
Fair enough. Oh wow! It still makes me cringe every time.
Oh, and hey, Mr. Owlman.
Hey, Mr. Owlman's here.
Yep. Wait.
Oh, I did miss you. I'm sorry. He came in a little earlier.
Oh, okay.
He said, "Hey, everyone."
Yeah, I keep looking up and down, so I don't always see everything
we're trying to pay a little bit more attention to the TV because the very first time we did this, we had some people ask us to pay a bit more attention to the show than the chat.
Yeah, because I think we may have missed out a few little details at the very beginning, or at the very least, there were a few things I couldn't hear earlier. All right. Este. All right. Time for these superstar blades. Let's see how these go. I'm curious to see how.
Sort of a Mighty Morphin kind of.
Yeah, this was the same thing I've been pointing out the last 2 episodes.
Yeah, it's happening again.
Yeah, this seems to be their new general morph music.
Do you think the Ninja Steel Morpher should have been the sword, like in the Ninja?
I'm actually fine with the sort of Battlestar thing being their morpher. I think it fits with the morph sequence, I think, a little bit better. Plus, if they got caught like about to morph in school or something like that, like a weird shaped thing that you're holding in your hand is, I think,
you in trouble than a sword.
Yeah. Hey, Jeremy.
You can't really bring weapons on school property anymore.
Yeah.
What up?
Woo. Whoosh. All right. He's not down yet.
He's worn out. Looks like it's time for the next part of the plan.
Great.
Okay. So apparently the Superstar Blade is okay, so it's a clip-on thing
to the regular blade.
To the regular blade. Okay.
That's why it had to be. That's why he was talking about it being like synced to all the blades.
Yeah.
Meaning that it can be used by any of them.
Okay.
With their blade.
That makes a bit more sense.
Let's finish him off.
Right with you.
But yeah, I have been doing a little bit of research on Ninja, or at least the first half of it. I didn't want to get spoiled on any later points, but
yeah.
At the very least, I know that Sarah's counterpart is also a genius. Although I think a little less goofy. Hello, Devious Rage and ZJZR. All right, time to gigantify Brax. Oh.
I can pull my cell phone out of Hammer Space.
I don't think that's where you were holding it. All right. Ninja Steel Megazord time. Oh, and the Blaze. Nice. We can summon both? I wasn't. Okay, so what? They got a 3 and 3?
Oh, Odysseus.
Whoosh.
How do you suppose they explain the Japanese Emperor's palace in the background there?
They don't. They just don't. All right, so they got both main Megazords out. That's pretty cool. This is the first time they've had that they've had both the Blade Zords and the Ninja Steel Zords
at the same time.
Skull Gators? Yep, there we go.
She's just slamming the Skull Gator button.
4 of them? Okay, just 2. Because I heard.
No?
Oh wait, no, 4. 4
Skull Gators.
Yeah, I saw her hit it 4 times.
Too many Skull Gators.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's mine.
Yeah, the Dark Crystal
These
poster.
These are Jake's.
Yep.
This is mine. And my Labyrinth poster isn't in the shop.
Yeah.
But my posters are classic Henson.
And mine is signed by cast and director and the other one with a note from the director. So
we have our own geeky things.
Yes.
I like old Henson, like Dark Crystal and Labyrinth. Then I like Zelda a lot.
All right.
As you may have noticed.
Let's see if this is enough to take him out.
Jake likes Power Rangers.
Yes. All right. So he's got the Ninja Super Steel blaster for the Ninja Steel Megazord. Do they also have? Oh, whoa! That was unexpected. All of a sudden, the Rumble Tusk Zord was whoa, and now they're the Astro Zord.
Okay.
Whoa! They are just rapid fire swapping. That is cool.
I looked down to the chat for 1 minute. Yeah, it is good to geek out.
And they just went through 3 different Megazord formations like it was nothing. That was crazy. That was a really cool finishing move. So wait, did they destroy Brax just now? There was so much stuff happening. There's so much stuff happening just now. I couldn't tell if Brax survived.
Yes, what is it? Listen, you were right. I didn't study for the test.
Okay.
And I deserve to fail.
Yes.
Danger too?
Yes.
Yeah, well, let's just say the math test wasn't the only tough challenge I faced today, but
All right.
I learned my lesson.
And extra credit, what'd you do?
All the questions that I got wrong.
You want to do a retest?
So, next time I'll be ready.
Okay. That's
Well,
cool, but
I must say I'm very impressed with your attitude, Sarah.
But you still fail.
no, don't. No, you don't do that. That is not how things work. Ms. Finch, you almost stuck the landing. You almost stuck the landing. You need to have extenuating circumstances if you're going to give a retest like that.
Yeah, well, Sarah, like, totally. Hi, Daniel, by the way. Sarah totally, like, crushed the first test. Oh, I love Mirror Mask Orange. I love it. I have that on my DVD shelf.
Really
I'm a very
themes.
important man. I have a tower.
Oh no, is he gonna destroy the door?
With his fart.
No, that is not no.
Yep.
No.
Yep.
What are these doors made out of?
So Gokai Orange knew you were gonna be peeved at her letting her take the test over.
Okay, I'll admit. Here's something I'll admit. As a teacher, I did allow for retests. But if you were doing a retest, it would not be the same as the original exam, and your final grade would be an average of the two. So it was basically a second shot to see if you had improved your knowledge of the material, which, Sarah is demonstrating here. But that's not really what Ms. Finch was conveying. It was, oh, now you know exactly what the test is and exactly which answers you got wrong and exactly what the correct answers were. Sure, you can take this test again.
It wasn't even a makeup test, a different test.
I'll double check did she actually say take the test again?
Yes.
I'm just gonna hear her words one more time, because I know that I know we talk over the show quite a bit to do our whole commentary thing. Oh no, that's
Yes, we know she's supposed to be the smart one.
Yeah.
But this was supposed to be about her getting overconfident about the smart one and failing to study as a result.
Yeah.
Even if you are the smart one, you should still study.
Okay, so she says that she's impressed with her attitude.
No, they make her look like a jerk every chance they get.
To make you let you take the test again tomorrow. Yep. No, that is not fair. That is not equitable treatment.
You have to take a makeup test, a different test. If you're going to let someone take the test again, it needs to be a different test. And also, you lower the maximum score. So even if you get everything perfect, you can maybe only
There's still some penalty for having not done exactly what your teacher told you to do the first time around. That's my take on it. Like, I don't think you should be able to retake a test and just have it be the same test and have that be your new grade. I feel like that's not fair, because if you're going to do that for one student, you should do it for all the students, for one thing. And then it's just like,
thank you, Odysseus. That
means that the original test wasn't even really your assessment. It was sort of more of a pre-assessment, which would be a whole separate thing. But just letting her just take the test again.
That's just so wrong.
Because she was lazy the first time. You let that get out, that you did that for one student.
They're all going to come back to you.
Like, let's face it. Now you have no leg to stand on.
If someone else asks for a retest later.
Specifically, like those two guys who just fixed your door.
And broke it again.
Who'll probably have to fix it again.
Yes, they will.
You have now no leg to stand on for denying Victor and Monty a retest, because they also didn't study. So it's like, oh, you didn't study? Yeah, you can take it again
You don't know,
when you're
Justin.
when you're ready. Like that's not exactly how it works. It eats up the teacher's time. It's not fair to the other students, really. It's kind of a pet peeve of mine when you have that sort of treatment.
Brax can't be done yet. He has a more prominent role in the Sentai series. That's something that leans toward that, but it wouldn't be the first time that Power Rangers deviated from Sentai.
Actually, I want to
They do
rewind to that fight real quick.
Yeah.
Because I didn't see what happened to Brax. Like, where did he go after the Skullgator showed up? Did he just disappear after the Skullgator showed up? Wait, there he is. Okay, I just want to check this again. Okay, so he actually just left the job to the Skullgators. Okay, so I did miss that. Okay, good. Because I looked away for a moment. So yeah, he did actually walk away from that fight to leave it to the Skullgators, which is just like, I'm gonna watch your destruction from the ship. Really? You think a bunch of Skullgators are going to destroy them? They're Skullgators. Like, they're good backup. They're not like but yeah, no. Brax did not get blown up. He just went back to the ship. Yeah, it is a little tricky to catch everything when we're doing the chat and the live reaction, because when we're doing our commentary, one of us may speak, the other one might not hear what was said on the screen. And when something is going on in the chat, if I look down, I might miss what's up on the screen as well. So we try to catch everything. But yeah, I was wondering for a moment if Brax got knocked out in one episode or not.
Brax here, Thrax there. What are you gonna do?
So I guess he's still gonna be rolling on, him and Tynamon. Mama. But yeah, I'm actually the Brax show. Is that how it was spelled too? The cartoon? That was an Adult Swim show.
Isn't it called Space Ghost, Coast to Coast?
No, it was a spin-off, I think, of Space Ghost. I think there was a character. Was his name Brax? I'm trying to remember now if it was Brax or Brack.
Brack.
It was Brack with
the
a
chat
K.
just told you.
That was it. Okay.
Do you think Dane Romero will return?
Eventually, I think Dane Romero will return.
I think at the very least he'll make like a cameo in the finale.
Yeah, that's what I'm expecting. I'm expecting cameo.
It'd be cooler if he came back before that, but probably we're just going to get
It doesn't make any sense that he's had no involvement this entire season.
Brack show starring Brack. Good time. Lol.
Yeah. All right. But yeah, I one thing I wanted to take another look at was this is the advantage of being able to rewind and fast forward with a remote control. I want to see the introduction of Brax and Tynamon again, just to kind of get a little bit more context on their deal.
I mean,
I didn't rewind
any cameo would be a surprise cameo, wouldn't it?
Yeah, a little bit. To an extent, a lot of times we know cameos before they happen.
Well, yeah, someone was saying that he should make a surprise cameo. Like,
yeah. All right. I want to hear their introduction again, because. Okay.
Unless the cameos in the previews, it's a surprise.
Famous fighter. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Oh, yeah. That looks like overbearing mother.
A little bit.
If you really watch the body language.
Yeah, just a little bit.
She's even doing that.
Yeah. Stop. Okay. Okay. I just wanted to make sure to hear that conversation one more time, because we were talking over it at the beginning.
Brax.
Yeah. I was trying to see if there was any more context on where Tynamon and Brax came from.
Nope.
That we may have missed. She's like, General Tynamon, great, you could bring your famous warrior Brax here. And I'm like, and I was wondering if I had missed something when we were talking at the beginning, and I didn't.
Wig head. I've got wig head.
So it looks like the only thing I actually missed was Brax walking away from the fight.
Zorg.
So yeah, that episode was a little frustrating. I mean, they did tie the lesson into the fight they were having with the monster. That was good work. They had Sarah learn the lesson and it was used to win the day. That was good. And then we had the follow-up of her, apologizing in the regular life. So the structure of the lesson was mostly fine. It was more so just
it was really predictable, but at least everything meshed.
Yeah. It was more so the exaggerated nature of things that was a little frustrating because it wasn't exaggerated in a fun way.
No, it was just anvilicious.
It was, yeah.
And this was not a case of some anvils need to be dropped.
It's one of those things where, okay. The problem here is similar to the problem with Sarah's last focus episode, Need for Speed, which is she's being taught the lesson like at the beginning of the episode, and she's rejecting the lesson, and then she learns it later. It's frustrating to see the Rangers, and it's really pretty much just Sarah.
Have the Aesop spelled out for them at the beginning, but not believe it till the end.
Yeah, for them to just show that level of that lack of self-awareness.
You only have to put up with it for 7 more episodes.
Well, we also have holiday specials, presumably. So 9.
You hear that, Daniel? 9.
So yeah,
No.
The thing was that the basics of this episode were fine. It's just that it very much revolved around Sarah's character, and I didn't like the way that Sarah's character was handled here. She was she was over exaggerated in how bad her behavior was, and I feel like that's not appropriate behavior for anyone, especially at that level.
No.
So wait. Someone was saying Chip Lynn should just
steam, so Chip Lynn should just take everything over again. He has taken everything.
Okay,
over
this
again.
is actually, yeah. Chip Lynn is about as in charge as you
can
get.
possibly
He's
be
the
right
showrunner.
now.
He was not the showrunner back in the old Saban years. He was the lead writer.
But he is very much in charge right now. So he can't take any more charge to get in charge.
I mean. Yeah, there's still some level of executive input from, Brian Casentini is obviously he's the head of the franchise, so he has input on a lot of things, especially at the development stages. And Haim Saban, he's the head of the company. He has final say on
Chip was
anything that goes forward.
To make it more funny, as he was told at PMC. So this is Chip doing that. This isn't because he's lost control.
Yeah. He has more. Chip Lynn has more control over Ninja Steel, Super Ninja Steel, Dino Charge, Super Dino Charge than he ever had back in the Saban Entertainment days of the late 90s, early 2000s.
Way more power than he did. There's not much people in Neo Saban. There has not been much higher a level than Chip, and he wasn't about to tell Haim no.
Within the structure of a show, you have the showrunner who really is the person, it's in the name, running the show. They're the ones who are in charge of all the day-to-day operations. They take input from the executives who, they own the show, but you're generally considered the lead creative.
And he is the lead creative here.
You can't really have a show where there is no executive input, since there's always someone backing the show.
There's always executive meddling. Always.
Like Netflix is probably as light as it gets when it comes to executive meddling, and that's pretty outside the box. And even then, it's just they put everything on the studio themselves, but it's still a studio. You still have studios providing input as well.
It's just missing Chiplin's compelling storytelling.
Now, here's the thing. When it comes, a lot of people have been trying to say that Chip's not, he's receiving all this pressure from Nickelodeon or Saban or other forces. Every show is a collaboration. And in terms of, what the final product is, a lot of it is driven by the showrunner, who takes the input of executives and takes the product of their writers and synthesizes it into a coherent whole. And they
Meaning that
they
one
own that to an
person
extent.
is never responsible for the entire tone of the show.
Yeah.
Unless it's Babylon 5.
And even
because he wrote every single episode.
Even then, there were still other factors. You have factors with what you can do with your actors, factors with what the network calls for.
Okay, that's the closest we came because he wrote every single episode himself.
And I will admit
that will murder you.
I will admit though, from all appearances, Chiplin in his current incarnation as Jonathan Zakor previously.
Thank you, Daniel.
Has pretty close to that same level of power where actually Chip probably even more so than Jonathan because Chip's name is on almost every episode as a writer.
Daniel Romano says it's the execs, not Chip.
Yeah, that's
exactly what we're saying.
But you're not going. That's not something that goes away in any version of Power Rangers.
There will always be execs for every show, always.
Now, the question is whether the shift to Hasbro will change the tone of the show. We don't know yet.
They do have new execs now.
Yeah. We do still have Brian Casentini, who honestly I have not seen any problems.
Brian Casentini was also heavily involved in the movie, so we know he can do serious.
Yeah, we've seen
and funny at the same time.
Brian has input on all levels of Power Rangers. And we've seen good stuff through the comics, through Hyperforce, through the movies. So I feel like it's probably been Haim Saban imperatives as far as the tone of the show
being a bit more
as
juvenile.
It's been.
Because that's the target audience, remember, that he likes to go after.
Now that being said, I still think that even within those imperatives, better work.
Need fart jokes.
I feel like better work could be done to synthesize the notes that they're likely receiving at the executive level.
Yeah.
I feel like that execution could be stronger, and I feel, and I don't like to. I don't like to rag on anyone working on the show because there's a lot of work that goes into these shows.
To get back what people are saying was Chiplin, you would have to get back not just Chiplin, but his entire team from that era.
Because when you go back to that era, it wasn't just Chip driving it.
A lot of people under him.
A lot of people attribute Power Rangers in Space to Time Force as being solely Chiplin, and it's really not. It was very much from the writing side of things, Chip and Jackie working together under the direction of Jonathan Zakor, with Haim Saban still at the top. Now, presumably,
if we wanted to have that same synergy again, we would need to have
those
Jeffrey and Jackie back as well.
Jonathan
and Jackie back as well.
Now we know that Jonathan Zakor on his own presented a lot of problems during the previous 4 years.
But sometimes it's about teamwork.
Yeah.
Synergy. So the way to synergize that would be get all three together, the dream team.
Yeah. And plus we had Koichi Sakamoto in terms of leading a lot of the action of the show.
Oh, well, you can't do better than Koichi Sakamoto.
He was doing. I feel like since losing Koichi, we haven't had that same level.
That's why I was Jonathan. That's Jonathan. When I say Jonathan and Jackie, I mean Jonathan.
There was something very special. I feel about that collaboration, and at that time, I think Saban was a little bit more hands off because that was already.
Yeah, he was.
That was 6 years into the series. When Power Rangers in Space was the 6th season. He had a lot of other shows he was working on. And
they didn't keep it much past that either.
Well, he sold it at the end of Time Force.
That's what I'm saying. So he was probably, going hands off as sort of like this franchise is going to be moving on from me now.
Whereas,
so he pull back a little bit because they need to be.
Well, I don't think he was. I don't know if it was so much that. I think it was mostly
he was losing interest. That's why he sold it to someone else.
No, that had nothing to do with it.
Why would you keep something?
He sold an entire channel. Fox Family and Saban Entertainment were sold to Disney.
He owned Fox Family?
He owned a portion of it.
Wow.
He was part of that deal.
Oh, Gokai Urn says Saban very rarely visited the set.
Back in the old days? I believe that, especially after it moved on to Power Rangers in Space. Whereas here, with the Neo Saban era, the Saban Brands era, he very much spearheaded the purchase of the franchise and building it into a flagship, celebrating the history of it. As far as I can tell, he's been a lot more hands-on during these 8 years than he was towards the tail end during those final 4 years of Saban Entertainment era.
Yeah, he's digging back in like he was at the very beginning.
Interestingly, I think that probably we can mostly agree the strongest season of the Saban Brands era was Dino Charge, during which time he was very likely more focused on developing the movie.
Not that he isn't a great guy who brought us this franchise, but sometimes his input is a little bit.
I feel like there's been a lot of the direction of the franchise over these last 8 years, which has actually been, although it's some levels of it are uneven, in terms of a lot of the tone has actually been pretty consistent for 8 years now. And so I think it's fair to say that a lot of that probably comes from what Saban remembers the show being, and what he's been trying to recapture as he tries to build up the brand again. Oh, he's also done a lot of great philanthropy work. He's not great in terms of paying people, from what I understand, as we've heard many stories on. But he's very, very good at making money. He's very good at building a brand. And he does use that money for a lot of good causes. It's just in making a lot of money, there's going to be a lot of corners that get cut, and we've seen what happens as a result of that. But anyway, back on to what's been going on with this episode. The focus on Sarah being just so missing the point so hard. It's just so exaggerated in a way where I feel like we start to lose the real person behavior that you can use as a model to learn from. Mm-hmm. I think it works a little bit better when it's an understandable error in judgment that can then be something that someone could relate to and then be like, oh, that's something that I might think is okay, but actually isn't. And that's a good lesson to learn. Whereas here, it's, okay, obviously she's behaving inappropriately. People are telling her she's behaving inappropriately. She continues to behave inappropriately until she gets her comeuppance.
Yeah, they're not relatable at all, Daniel. That's exactly right.
And I think that's the problem. If you have that lesson be conveyed a little bit more organically, I think that it hits a little harder. And I think that's one of the things that worked really well with Love Stings, in that was, although there was a, you can't believe everything you hear lesson in there, I think the more important lesson was the lesson of dealing with consent. And I think that was a bit more of the focus of the episode. When you don't think that somebody's on board for something, don't push them, don't agree to something that you think somebody's being forced into, or that you think that somebody might have impaired judgment. And I think that was a very good lesson there. And that it was like, well, how do you know? Through communication. And that was something where it's an understandable situation where you might not know what that person
I agree, Daniel.
is dealing with.
It's definitely not the actor's fault.
And you can, go on the wrong path in an understandable way, and then you be correct, and then you find the right path.
Yeah.
Whereas here it was, okay, you're told this is going to be the wrong path.
And then you do it
and then you
anyway.
start going along the wrong path. People are reminding. She got pointed. It was before she even started behaving that way. Miss Finch told her that to prepare for the test. Then her friends told her she should prepare for a test. Then Mick told her she should prepare for a test. So she got it from 3 different directions. She ignored all 3 of them and went and did it anyway. And then she only, learned the lesson when it directly affected her in a negative way. And then even after that, there were no long-term consequences because once she did what she was supposed to do, she got to retake the test anyway. So there's no real long-term consequences there for that inappropriate action.
She learned nothing.
Well, she learned at the end what she should have known at the beginning. But she also, on a certain level, pretty much learned, okay, even if I do this,
Zach felt bad.
It'll still be okay. Yeah. Again, congratulations to Christiane for on her pregnancy and on her impending child.
So a couple of quick questions from the chat.
Yeah.
Dyrano wants to know, if you could become a Megazord, which one would you become? I want to be the blue folding Zord in the small size because otherwise it's really inconvenient being a Zord because they're really big and you can step on something.
Okay.
What about you?
What about me? Well, I once was the Time Force Megazord, so that was pretty fun. At the first Power Morphicon, I went as the Time Force Megazord. Now, there are 2 different modes. Yes, I did both. I walked on stage as Time Force Megazord Mode Blue, transformed into Time Force Megazord Mode Red, and walked off stage. It was a lot of fun.
And what was your favorite Sentai?
What was my favorite Sentai?
My favorite was Go Busters because it feels like Evangelion.
I did like Go Busters a lot. We haven't seen that many. I've seen Go Busters, Q Ranger. We're currently watching Lupin Ranger vs. Pat Ranger, and Alba Ranger, which I enjoyed a lot. Although that was quite some time ago. It's hard to say what my favorite is because they're all very different.
Dyron wanted to know if we could become any Megazord during the events of a Power Rangers season.
I kind of really lean on towards Go Busters a bit, partially because of grid defense, to be honest.
I'm going to stick with the folding origami, though, because they get to actually be, alive when they're not being used, whereas the other ones, they have to go, underground or dormant or off to another dimension or something, and the folding Zords get to hang out in the same world as everybody else during the series.
Yeah, as far as what, a Megazord in series, does Ninja count as a Megazord? That'd be fun. Just be Ninja. I grow, I small, I get angry.
What would your spirit animal be in Jungle Fury? And what color would you pick?
Color would. Well, I you know what? I'm gonna go with Black Falcon.
Black Falcon.
That just sounds cool. But anywho,
maybe I'd be a leopard. They didn't have a leopard. Did they have a leopard?
They had a jaguar and a cheetah and a tiger. No,
they didn't have a leopard. I'll be a leopard.
Okay.
I'll be a teal leopard.
But yeah, I do want to say I did really like the Zord battle in this episode. Specifically that the fact that we got both Megazords with 3 and 3, that was unexpected. I feel like the summoning was could have been a little clearer. Because usually you summon each individual Zord with the stars. The fact they just each used 1 star didn't quite make a whole lot of sense.
Well, welcome to your first live stream, Batman!
Hey, Batman!
He's the Batman.
Cool. Batman. And hey, Anthony, I didn't say hi to you earlier either.
Green Bull.
Cool. But yeah, I like that we had 2 Megazords up against Brax. I like that we had the 4 Skullgator fight, even though Brax just kind of walked away from it, was a little weird. And the way they took out those Skullgators was great because we got to see at first they do 1 attack, then all of a sudden, boom, Rumble Testagor. I'm like, what? Throw two axes through them. Boom.
And
then it was they flew through with the Astrozord. They blast them. Then when they explode, then they surf through with the Subsurfer Zord. So that was a really cool string of finishers that I really liked. So I enjoyed that Zord battle. That was a fun Zord
I've become
battle.
unplugged. Help! I'm running out of batteries.
What? Where's your plug?
Right there.
How did it get over here?
I don't know.
Okay.
I may have failed to plug in before we started.
Whoops.
Okay, that's better.
But yeah, so interesting introduction here with Brax and and General Tyneman. I kind of would have liked a little bit more
You'll
of
get
a
there, Batman.
explanation for who they are and where they come from, because we got no background. We treated it like, oh, they were people who were summoned, but we have literally no background on these guys.
No idea.
And considering what we've seen so far from Ninja Steel, Super Ninja Steel, I'd be really surprised if we got any background.
Yeah, this is going to be one of those things that just never gets addressed.
But we have 2 new villains now.
Like,
apparently,
why Gosei was such a bad mentor?
That is something that might get tackled in power reviews. Maybe
there's a very simple explanation for that.
It's not a simple,
and we never got a simple explanation.
What
do we think of the Power Rangers team up?
The Power. Yeah. You can watch our live reaction of Dimensions of Danger.
We had a Dimensions of Danger live reaction, Batman. You think Fan Frenzy had a worse moral in the show thus far because it's trying to teach you to accept your fans no matter what?
I think Fan Frenzy was a bad moral.
It says that like celebrities owe their fans their time, and can you imagine being like, an actor on Power Rangers and having be friends with every single person who watches Power Rangers? That would be ridiculous. There would be no way that would not be feasible. They would have no life anymore.
I'm gonna say, in the future, we probably should structure these a little bit more so that we have a designated
Q&A
time, because we've just kind of slipped into there while also talking about the episode. We keep going back and forth on it.
All right, so next time we'll have them hold questions for Q&A at the end.
Yeah, we'll do that.
But contribute to the actual episode discussion.
I do also still want to know. I want to know if this works as a good time with the 7 p.m. slot.
Yeah, was 7 good for you guys?
If 8 o'clock is better, this is again Eastern Standard Time because we're in New York.
Yeah.
Just kind of getting an idea.
We can't really do much later than 8 because then it starts to get late. Hour, and staying up until 10 o'clock doing one of these, I am literally going to fall asleep on the couch.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm old. I go to sleep at 9:30.
But yeah, if this time works well, if this format works well, whether you guys prefer the lower angle or the regular angle, as far as how we're filming
maybe we could just boost this up.
Well, yeah, right now we've got 2 different angles, and I keep posting both. Yeah. So please, by all means, let us know what you think of
I'm not old. I'm 33.
But yeah, as far as this episode goes, they had a decent moral, and it was integrated properly into the episode. Have a good one. It's just that it didn't. The way that it was executed, they had a number of things. They got the integrating into the Power Rangers action properly.
Good night, Devious Rage.
They got the structure of it in terms of, okay, we introduce a conflict and it's partially resolved mid-episode in time for the battle, and then resolved at the very end of the episode with the final wrap-up. So that's fine. The lesson was one that, is a good lesson, about, being prepared and studying. Sometimes things will be harder than others. Don't get into a false sense of security. Good lesson. Well integrated. It was really all in the execution of the character learning the lesson that really brought this episode down. The way that Sarah's character was handled in this episode was exaggerated in a way to make her a frustrating character who got more than she really deserved at the end of the episode in terms of redemption. And I don't think it was properly earned.
Happy belated birthday.
Oh, thank you.
We were talking about ages, and I said, I'll be 34 in November, and Jake just turned 33 in July.
Yeah. Yeah. We're getting older.
The Monday after
What?
No, it was
What are you?
your birthday.
The Monday after what? What are you talking about?
No, it wasn't the Monday after. Never mind.
Okay. My birthday was not the Monday after my birthday. Whatever it was.
They're supposed to be in high school, but they act like they're in preschool.
Yeah, that's the thing. And you know what? That's a common trope with Power Rangers. It's like Miss Appleby's class with question marks. Why do we need them?
I always felt like.
I also liked Miss Finch for most of this episode. She was just
until
delightfully
she gave in and
prepared.
Let her take the test over again.
I like the recurring.
I like her snark. I like that she was on top of the attempted cheating.
I like that the school is fairly well populated between Miss Finch and Principal Hastings, and then we have the one
really,
secretary.
Batman. Why didn't you tell us the simple explanation for that?
But yeah, the behavior of Sarah was just not really excusable this episode. It was it really presented a problem.
WTF, mate.
And the fact that this threat that they were facing was just really sort of awkwardly introduced without really any understanding of who these new characters were. So honestly, and to an extent that worked to the advantage of, Brax actually pretending to be weak. I kind of believed it for a little bit because I didn't know the character. I didn't know what he was supposed to be. He seemed like he could be a fake. So that did work to his advantage. It's just I felt like I really throughout it had no real knowledge of who these new characters are.
Yeah, who are these people?
And I would like a little bit more characterization outside of just their new villains.
Oh, have we been calling her Miss?
Who?
So, someone's pointing out that it's Mrs. Finch.
Mrs. Finch. I think I've been saying Ms.
That's why. I think he was saying.
Right. So we'll see on that front how these characters continue. Oh, you're thinking Mr. Burley with Megaforce teacher. But we'll see how these new villains pan out in the next few episodes. I don't know how long they'll be around for. I don't know if they're just going to be a string of episodes or if they're, new major villains for the rest of the season. This could be our sort of next villain arc after the Galaxy Ninjas wrapped up. Hopefully it's something that will develop into something.
Fat guy.
I really I hope that things I hope that we get a little bit more story from these new characters. I'm hoping they breathe some new life into the series moving forward. I don't expect too much.
This season would have been better as a loose sequel to Ninja Storm, like Dino Thunder was to Mighty Morphin. How was Dino Thunder sequel?
Dino Thunder, yeah, with Tommy in it.
Dino Thunder, sorry, I was thinking Dino Charge.
Yeah, Dino Thunder, yeah. No, that could be No, we haven't read the spoilers. We always try to avoid the spoilers. So anyway, I think we've gone on for quite a bit. It's been over an hour now. So I was frustrated by this episode. There was some good stuff, some bad stuff. But it was frustrating through a good part of it. The Victor and Monty stuff was very silly. The Kool-Aid manning of the door was absurd. I can't tell if it was absurd, funny, or not, but it was definitely absurd. And I think that's probably a good spot to wrap things up. What do you think, hon? All right. So yeah, we're going to sign off up here, and then we'll sign off down here. So until next time, farewell, Ranger fans, and let the power protect you. And I think as far as our tag goes,
it's weird doing the tag with everyone watching.
Victor and Monty, did you cheat on this test? Oh yeah.
Yes, Batman. Same bat time, same bat channel.
All right,
See
so
you
I'm
next
thinking
week.
again 7 o'clock next time, guys.
That's everybody's
Everybody's saying
with that when
7's
you put it
good.
in before. So.
All right, cool. And we got about 15 people saying that, which is I think a little bit more than last week, because last week we dipped back down after Dimensions in Danger.
Yeah, well, we were on at 5 o'clock, so
yeah,
that was my
so
fault.
7 seems to work pretty well. 9 was a little too late.
Good
5
night,
was a little too
Devious.
early. 7 seems to work pretty well.
Night, Anthony.
All right, have a good night, guys. And again, let us know what you think in terms of, do you want me to still keep posting both videos? Do you like one versus the other as far as watching for later? And you know, any comments that you guys have about this live stream experience, please let us know. We'll keep working to improve.
Yeah, we're always cool on feedback.
Yeah, more feedback always.
We
on
do
this
watch
Power
Orange
Reviews.
Ranger vids. Yes, we do.
Yeah,
And we
yeah,
have watched a few Japanime.
I've been
but
chatting.
It's not regular.
Orange Ranger and I have actually had quite a few conversations.
Yeah.
We had a nice long
watch all of
conversation
Orange
about
Ranger.
Not all of his stuff.
Okay, his Power Ranger stuff.
Well, all of his stuff is Power Ranger stuff, but you haven't seen like.
You have.
I've seen a number of his things. I haven't seen all of his videos. I've been trying to watch it a little bit more regularly, especially since he and I have been in conversations. Basically ever since he reviewed Grid Defense, I've been trying to watch more of his stuff. I really appreciated that he treated Grid Defense like
RPM,
like a Power Rangers episode. Power Rangers in Space is my favorite season. To answer that question. All right. So I think that was the last of our.
This is going to be goodbyes now.
Question.
No more questions.
All right.
No more questions.
So thanks again for joining us, guys. We really like having you here. It's really fun.
Cool. No more questions. Good night.
I don't have a favorite right now. I'll just. But thanks again. All right. So farewell to you guys. Let the power protect you. Ending the stream. Wait, Mick is my favorite.
Bye, cool. Bye, Devious.